Rate strategies allow you to establish the rules and criteria that will determine how your nightly pricing will behave. With rate strategies, you will be able to easily create fully dynamic rates for your complete inventory of listings, no matter the size. The Strategies page in Rategenie displays an overview of all strategies in your account. The list items in the overview provided data for each strategy's parameters. This will allow you to pinpoint the exact rule or field that you are looking for without a single mouse click. Let's take a look at how it's done. From your Rates page, navigate to the far left and click Strategies. Here you can create, edit, and duplicate rate strategies. You can also search for a specific strategy by both strategy name and rental name. Moving your mouse over the different active rules for each strategy will reveal the details about each rule settings. Click on an existing strategy or click the Add Strategy button at the top to open the strategy overlay. Here you can edit the strategy details, such as how your pricing will be generated across all dates, as well as rate settings and rules. There are 6 different types of rate strategies. Managed completely by Rategenie, change with historical demand, change with changing occupancy, remain constant over time, custom occupancy, and change based on custom feed. If managed by Rategenie, Rategenie will do all the hard work and decide what rates are best for your rental. This strategy contains numerous pricing considerations based on data pulled in from multiple external and internal sources. The Genie strategy differs from the other strategy types in that it is created using a multi-step wizard. Change with historical demand. Nightly rates will be based on the historical rate for similar rentals in your geographical region. You can then adjust the nightly rate further using the rules. Changing occupancy. Nightly rates will change based on the occupancy of your rental. You can then adjust nightly rates further using rules. Remain constant over time. Nightly rates will remain constant for all dates. You can then adjust the nightly rate further using the rules. Custom occupancy. With custom occupancy, the user has the option to define occupancy range and then adjust the rates up and down depending on their needs. Change based on custom feed. Select this option to set your custom rates for each day using the server feed URL or by manually uploading a CSV file of custom rates. The strategy details section on the overview page contains an editable rate settings. Whenever a change to a rate setting is saved, the new rates will be generated in your calendar for the associated rental. To save changes to the strategy details and generate new rates, click Save. Now let's take a look at all the different rate settings. First, your base rate, the default nightly rate before any rules are applied. This is overridden by value set in the rental rate settings. Your minimum rate, which is your lowest nightly rate that can be set. This is overridden by value set in the rental rate settings. Your maximum rate, the highest nightly rate that can be set. This is overridden by value set in the rental rate settings. Your minimum stay, the default minimum nights required for bookings. This is overridden by value set in the rental rate settings. And your price percentile, the pricing tier used when applying historical pricing. The higher the percentile, the higher the nightly rate. This is overridden by value set in the rental rate settings. Rules can be added to any strategy to further customize the pricing behavior of the rate strategy. To add a new rule, navigate to the right and click New. Here you can select a rule and edit its settings. Click the Save button to save the rule to the rate strategy. Saving the rule will not result in new rates being generated in the calendar. New rates are only generated when a strategy is updated and then saved. Click Rentals on the far right to view the rentals assigned to the strategy. Here you can add or remove rentals from the strategy. If a rental is added to the strategy and the rates are set in the rental rate settings, then the values set in the rental will override the values in the strategy details. If there are no rental rates set, then the values set in the strategy details will be used to generate nightly rates in the calendar. A strategy set as default will be used for any rentals that do not have a strategy assigned to them. To set a strategy as default, toggle the default switch at the top of the overlay. Click the Add Rentals to open the rental selector. Select a rental and click Save to add the rental to the strategy. You can see here that the 2 newly selected rentals have been added to the strategy details. Click the activity logs to the far right to view the audit trail of activity for the strategy. And that's it. Knowing everything about your strategies will allow endless possibilities with Rategenie.